Interestingly enough, today, the connection between Tom Coughlin and Doug Marrone was revealed to be very close, as Marrone used him as a mentor. Shad Khan said he recognized that after a while, and particularly after talking to Marrone. But once he talked to Coughlin, Marrone was one of the two guys that Coughlin said he thought that could coach this team and that Tom could work with. Tom now is the executive vice president of football operations. Didn't take long to show the fire that he still has for winning.
I can't answer that, but that's all that, go ahead.
Is that going to be the focus? What else is there? What the hell would you be doing this for if it wasn't to win?
Yeah. You know,
we're trying to win we're trying to win today. Who's going to get the better lunch? I mean, let's not make any misunderstandings about why we're here. This is all nice and dandy, but winning is what this thing is all about.
Coughlin wrote the book, in fact, on winning. The title of his second book is called Earn the Right to Win, which is one of the things that Marrone quoted in his statement today as well. Marrone said he tries to win every day, and he works on today before he decides how he'll approach tomorrow. Coughlin is much more of a planner and has a long-term plan, but at the same time, it's fair to say that they have the same philosophy, but maybe different styles to approach it. And in talking to everybody about these two personalities, they said there's no question that Marrone has followed in Coughlin's footsteps when it comes to how to motivate a group of men.
Maybe it's in front of you, but I really didn't quite make the connection till, Tom told me. And then I spoke to Doug, independently, maybe a little bit after that, and then he told me. So I didn't realize, frankly, all the things they have in common and how, you got to have the right people with the right values for this thing to work, this job structure to work.
Along that line, you're going to be influenced. So I would say that, Coach Coughlin has had, he's been a mentor to me, really. At the end of the day, that's what he's been. He's been someone that, if I had an issue in Buffalo and dealing with something, if I had an issue in Syracuse, he's the gentleman that I called.
Marrone said that his first meeting with Tom Coughlin was very different in that he couldn't get his phone number, so he came to Florida where Tom was coaching in a bowl game for Boston College. Found out the hotel he was staying in, found out the room he was staying in, called him at about 10 o'clock at night, which those of you who know Tom was asleep, and said, "Coach, I'm Doug Marrone. I want to be a graduate assistant for you at Boston College." Tom said, "Send in your resume and we'll call you back." And that was their first meeting. But obviously the influence has been very deep. And so I think it's fair to say two different styles, but certainly the same philosophy. Bruce?
Thank you. Channel 4's Chris Parento was there for today's news conference. He's got some reaction. Understand, Chris, that you also had a chance to chat with Coach Coughlin. Anything surprise you?
Not really, Bruce. There's a lot of excitement from everybody, especially from Tom Coughlin coming back here to Jacksonville. He said that his wife, Judy, is very excited that he's back here in town and will be working for the Jaguars again, continuing what he started years and years ago when the franchise first began. He said that he walked inside the stadium today and he remembered why he came here to begin with. He looked at the field, looked at the resources that are available to him, and he said it's going to be exciting when everything gets finished, when the covered flex field is open and the team can practice there and not outside on some hot and some rainy days during the off season. He's very excited. He's very motivated. He was asked how long he plans on being in this role. He says that as long as he can contribute at the highest of levels, he plans on being with this franchise and doing the best that he can do. I also asked him what it means to come back to where he started with this franchise and what it would mean to him to lead this team back to where it was in the late 90s and early 2000s.
Everything. Professionally, everything. Because now the full circle, having come full circle and having an opportunity right now at this particular time in my career to have an impact on a team, to see that team again rise to the position of winning the division and being in the playoffs, that would be most meaningful to me.
Coughlin said that in his role with the NFL last season, he didn't really get to follow the Jaguars too closely, saying that probably the Thursday night game was the only one that he may have watched in its entirety. But he says he's very excited to start evaluating the roster and start working towards building a winner for the fan base. He says that begins with the 2017 season. Live at the stadium, I'm Chris Parento, Channel 4, the local station.
So throughout the day, Chris will gather more reaction about the new head coach in town. We'll continue our team coverage tonight at 5. And you can always stay up to date on all the Jaguar news by going to news4jax.com and clicking on the sports section.